What is the big deal with altars anyway? Why do we need an altar? Why would we want an altar? And why, if we already have one, why would we want to build a new one for 2020? What would be the benefit of that? The purpose of it. What's the purpose of an altar, Michael?
Well, it's a purpose of having a physical place for your intentions. A place for you to be able to go and like your sacred place to have all of your intentions and your goals and your things that you're focused on in one place.
So we can use it for manifesting.
Yes.
And we may also use it for honoring. So we can use an altar to honor a god or our ancestors.
Also for meditation. Also for any kind of like mediumship work.
How is it used in mediumship?
Well, in mediumship, sky's the limit, really. I mean, my God. So you got your normal like pendulums and other things, mediumship work. You also can do your normal readings from your altar itself. But the benefit is you can place objects, crystals, things that help you connect to the spirit realm in one place. And it's also, it sets in your mind as well, when you go to your altar, your spot, that this is the time and space that I'm holding sacred for spirit.
That makes sense. So, but if I already have an altar, why should I redo it for 2020?
Well, usually we place things on our altar that may no longer serve us from the past. Not necessarily in a bad way, but we're moving towards new goals, new ideas, and just like in life, we outgrow things. And it may be something on your altar that it's time to, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but to put it to the side and bring something forth.
So it doesn't really have to do with a calendar necessarily. It's just a good time to think about potentially changing out your altar. It doesn't have to correspond with January 1st.
Yeah.
It could be any time that you're redoing your altar.
A part of the
There's
new
no
moons.
sense in having like the same altar that's never changing for all eternity. You just can put more stuff on it. You can kind of clear it off, redo with your new mindset for what you want to manifest today. Let's live in the present, and maybe even think about honoring people in a different way, or honoring your gods or honoring your ancestors on the altar in a different way than you've done in the past. So these are just some ideas. An altar, the contents of an altar are really there's no rules to it of what you put on it and when you change it out. It's really up to you. But what we're suggesting in this segment is that the beginning of the year is a really good time to consider what you have, sort of like a spring cleaning
Yes.
of your sacred space. And let's see what we can create and manifest in 2020. And we're going to give you some examples today of how you can do that. Now, can we have more than one altar?
Yes. The cool thing is, an altar is something that is personal to you. So you can get ideas from us, from online, everywhere.
From our group. I mean, my goodness, I've seen such amazing, beautiful spaces that people have posted pictures of in our group, and it's just really amazing.
Unbelievable.
Creative.
Yes.
People put their artwork on there. People put their family members' ashes on there. I mean, there's just an amazing, they have statues and just anything you can think of. So we'll show you some examples of our personal altars, one that we've created outside. If you spend time outdoors and you have an elaborate altar you can't bring outside, you can create one outside. We'll show you a travel kit and a small altar that you could keep under a bed or in a closet to be a little bit more discreet with it. And so I hope you get some ideas from that.
All right, everyone, we're going to go into my bedroom. This is my sacred space and where I keep my altar. And I have built a new altar for 2020. Ta-da! This is a little bit elaborate and unusual altar for me. Altar. Now the top part is what I call the manifestation station. It's pretty catchy, huh? So this is what I'm calling a manifestation box. And right now it's empty, but the first thing I'm gonna put in it, and this box was a gift to me from Michael for Christmas, so I'm excited to use it. Now I have my New Year's resolutions on here, and these are goals that I want to manifest, and I've made it into kind of a scroll, and I've dripped some wax on there. That was pretty unsuccessful dripping of the wax. It was a huge mess. But I'm going to put that in there. And I did have a little bag of crystals to put in there as well. I don't know what happened to those, but I'm going to put those crystals in there. And I may put a few other things in this box. And then I'm going to seal it, and I'm going to burn a candle for that and put my intention into manifesting it. Hey, Michael, would you like to show us your altar?
Yes. Okay, so here it is. I try to keep
Whoa, isn't that pretty?
things, organized, a little neat.
Let's see.
Disregard the speakers. You gotta have music. So this is the cool part.
So your altar has music, is what you're saying.
You got to have music. I mean, it's a part of it.
Okay. Show us what you got.
All right. This is to help prevent the looters.
Looters.
Yeah.
You mean the cats?
Yes.
The cats are like squirrels or raccoons.
So.
Wow, that's beautiful. I like the little drawers on your desk.
Aw.
So you've turned your desk into an altar, basically.
And then right back here. So any intention burning stuff, I can actually put it in here. And far away.
What is that?
Now look at this.
Well, let me try to zoom in.
Now you should recognize that symbol.
Praise be Akatosh and all the divines. Well, I can see it's a dragon. What is it for?
Well, this is actually...
Is it from a game? It is from a game. I thought that symbol looked like it would be for a game.
That's great!
Oh, that's the symbol you used to have embroidered on the back of your cape, right?
For the wedding.
For the wedding.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got this awesome book that Cat got me. And it came with these oracle cards. Dude, these oracle cards. the artwork is just astonishing. We might have to do a whole video on just these little cards.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. I'm just freaking amazed.
Well, I have an idea. Why don't you get in the mode and draw a card for the group for their altar space to help them build their altar in 2020. What should they focus on? I'll give you a minute to get ready and then I'll come right back.
Okay. Let's see. So we're drawing a card for our altars for 2020. And kind of like an inspiration. Let's see. Let's see what we have. What? Oh my god! I'll tell you what.
Let's see.
Look at this.
Between Dreams Mugwort.
That is.
And you have mugwort on your altar.
I do.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about mugwort?
Okay. Well, mugwort is known for its abilities to help with visions, to help with dreams. It smells really good. I would be diffusing this 24/7, but it's not okay with pets. With cats or dogs.
It is strong. It gives me a headache sometimes.
Yeah. So mugwort, personally, I like it, but it's something I use lightly. It's not something you just. I'm gonna drink this. I'm going to. Well, especially not an essential oil. A tea you could, but
But I think the inspiration for mugwort for your altar, you don't necessarily have to get mugwort, but it's to focus on dreams, right?
Exactly. Dreams and
Visions,
being able to work through your dreams, and it between the dreams, man. That is amazing.
Having an elaborate altar is nice, but what if you don't have space for a big altar? Or what if family members object to you having an altar displayed? Well, you can have a small altar in a little makeshift box or a tray under your bed or in your closet. And I'm going to show you today a shoebox that I turned into a small altar. And it's good for traveling or just putting in a small space or for a very focused meditation or manifestation.
This is the small altar that I made from a shoebox. And if you'll notice, it's covered in fabric and no sewing was involved. I cut the fabric and I hot glued it onto the cardboard. And then I decorated it with some trim, which is also hot glued on there. And I got some little charms for it as well. Pretty cute. Now inside the box there's lots of room. This is actually a fairly large size shoebox, but you can get a much smaller box. You could even use just a tiny box that you could fit in your purse as a little traveling altar. Now let's go into the garden and check out our outdoor altar. You can construct an outdoor altar very easily. Michael and I decided to use some cinder blocks and we painted them a base color. Cat's checking it out. There's Juliet. Hi Juliet, what you doing? She's very helpful.
So we've got the symbols of protection, of the elements, with Guam symbols and writings on here. Yeah, it only made sense to me, for it to be outdoors and with the sun.
It's very durable as well.
Yeah.
And heavy, no one can steal it.
Right. you don't have to worry about, the weather.
Knock over or anything.
Yeah.
And Juliet seems to really like it.
She has arrived.
She's approved. It passed the CAT scan.
The CAT scan. do, 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 do.
And you don't need anything this elaborate and large. You could use a couple of pathway stones to build a smaller altar that would be very attractive. You could be very creative with it. And if you have a covered porch, that would be amazing, because then the things that you put on your altar would be out of the weather. I want to show you another kind of container that you can use for your altar or for other spiritual supplies when traveling. This is a toolbox, and Michael got this for me for my birthday, and it has come in very handy for when we go camping and I want to take an altar with me. Even an elaborate altar will fit in this toolbox. It also is modular with 2 other compartments. But you can build this thing up as big as you need if you were going to need supplies for an entire group of people for a big ceremony or something. I'm interested to hear about what you consider your sacred space. Comment below about what you use for a sacred space or an altar.